Hey everyone, so today we are going to be exploring lucid dreaming, and for some of you, you may know what lucid dreaming is and that's why you're here. Some of you may not know what a lucid dream is. So a lucid dream is basically a dream where you are in control of it. So you are able to do whatever you want in the dream. You can fly, you can conjure up things, you can see, smell, taste very vividly. The rules of Earth do not apply when you are dreaming. It is, a wild, fun time where you are basically in control of the dream. Whereas like a normal dream, you're there, you're in control of yourself, but you're not really, it's more of like watching a movie where you're like, things are happening to you and you're reacting, but you're not in control of those things. So that's kind of the difference between dreaming and lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is really, really fun, and it is an incredible experience that you can totally develop on your own. And I'm just here to talk about my own personal experiences and some things that might help you on your journey when you are trying to learn how to do this. I do feel like it is something that doesn't just happen overnight. It's something that you practice and you work at, and through this dream work you can really better yourself in all different aspects of your life. Dreams have always been very symbolic of things that we're going through now. I mean, if you look at dream books, dream dictionaries, there's all the symbolism for the things in our dreams, and they don't have to necessarily be prophetic. They can be just things that you are going through and dealing with, and things that maybe your subconscious is trying to bring attention to in your unconscious mind. I mean, there's so many layers to dreaming and what it's trying to tell us. So I think if you are starting on this journey and you need some tips and tricks, keep watching this video so I can just kind of give you my own personal thoughts. I've been lucid dreaming for a very long time. I remember when I was young, I started lucid dreaming, and I remember the first time I lucid dreamed, it was like, I don't know what that was, but I want to do it again. I was just like, what was that? That was so cool. It felt like, this huge, just expansion in consciousness had occurred, like that there was so much more to dreams than I ever even imagined. I've always had pretty lucid dreams, vivid dreams, pretty, sight, taste, smell, like always have had those things. For some people, that may not be as common, but I do think anyone can learn how to lucid dream. It's just a matter of will and a drive to do so. I absolutely think everyone can learn how to lucid dream. Now, there are some factors to lucid dreaming that are going to make it easier or harder. If you're not getting enough sleep, if you're super stressed, if you have an out of balance part in your life where like maybe you're having a lot of health problems, maybe spiritually you feel drained, maybe mentally you feel drained. If you're out of balance, it's going to be more difficult to do lucid dreaming, or any type of dream work is going to be a little bit harder to do if you're out of balance. So balancing yourself is a very important part. Balancing your health, making sure you're getting enough liquids, eating healthy, getting good sleep. Getting good sleep is the number one thing. I would say you need to start getting a lot of rest. 8 hours of sleep is a great number, but everyone's different in what they require. I would say 8 hours is a minimum for me to really feel well rested and good. And then there's other people who may only need a few hours of sleep each night, but overall you're going to want to get more sleep. It's going to be important for you to get enough sleep because it is going to help you with that dream recall as well. If you're super tired when you wake up, you're going to be groggy, you're not going to recall your dreams as easily. So one of the tips that I have for you when you're starting your lucid dreaming journey is absolutely keep a dream journal. You want a journal, a pen right next to the bed so that immediately when you wake up, don't get on Facebook. Immediately pull that journal out and write down your thoughts, feelings, what happened in your dream. Maybe there's some symbols, maybe you saw a pig in your dream, a crocodile. Write it down, and you can always refer back to it later, but just get those words down to help you with your dream recall. Another great way to help you on your journey is to create a mantra, because I do think a huge part of lucid dreaming is having a strong sense of will. I am going to lucid dream. I am going to be in control of the dream. I am going to remember my dreams. Those are all really good mantras to help you in your lucid dreaming. And it may sound silly, but if you have this mantra and you say it every night before bed, it will eventually help you. It's going to help you focus your desires, your will, your determination into this thought that's going to cross your mind. And I do think that it can really help with it. When you are lucid dreaming and you're starting the process, I would say the number one thing you can do to really learn is to create reality checks throughout your day. You're going to need something that's going to help you question, is this reality? What is this reality? Am I dreaming? Am I not dreaming? Am I awake? A great way to do that is to just simply look at your hand. I personally did this for years, looked down at my hand probably once an hour initially. Every hour, look down at my hand. Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? And eventually it becomes so ingrained in your daily routine and you're doing it so frequently that you'll catch yourself in a dream doing a reality check. And that's kind of the key with this, and it can be a lot of different things for different people. You can even create alarms maybe on your phone where like once an hour you just check reality. And eventually, like I said, it will get to the point where it's just so ingrained in your routine that you will have that happen in your dreams. So if at first you don't succeed, keep trying, because I do think it is something that just doesn't happen overnight. It's something that you really work towards, and some people get lucky and it just happens for them, but other people have to work a little bit harder. And we have to kind of look at the balance, okay, of the mind, body, and soul. Like, are you doing any type of meditation, yoga? That can really help with sort of balancing those energies in your body and getting you to be able to be a little bit more present. Not on autopilot. I think for so many people, especially in America, it's just so driven, autopilot. So much autopilot that we don't even pause to really enjoy the present moment. And I think once you start really being with the moment is when you can really create that in your dream, where you start to realize, oh, I'm dreaming. Not just, oh, these things are happening to me and I just have to go with it. So what happens when you fall asleep and you realize you're dreaming? Because eventually it will happen with your lucid dreaming. You will have a lucid dream and you will have that moment of pure excitement, probably. You'll probably get a rush, and you may even wake yourself up because you got so excited. I know that has happened to me countless times, but one of the ways I've felt is really effective at combating that is to focus in on something, a detail, textures, focus on the sight of something, on the sense of touch. Maybe it has a smell, maybe there's something that you really want to do in your dream, and focus in on that instead of going, oh, I'm so excited, I can do whatever I want, and feeling overwhelmed and then waking yourself up, because that a lot of time has happened to me. Is you just get so excited and you feel overwhelmed with all the things you could do, and then you wake up. So if you just focus in on something in particular, a particular detail, maybe it's again an action that you really want to do, that can really, really help you. So once I had these lucid dreams and I wanted to learn more and I wanted to grow my dream work, I didn't really know where to look. It was a time where you couldn't just like search Google. So I remember one of the first books I ever read was by Carlos Castaneda. It was The Art of Dreaming, and I highly recommend that book. It really opened my mind to different horizons. It really just, it made me see things in a different way. And you can say what you want about the content itself, but I did find it to be very enlightening, and I actually really enjoyed that book, and that was probably the first resource that I found and went towards. There's a lot of people that I follow now and have been able to find on the internet. There's so much out there. There's an overwhelming amount of resources for you guys. So I will be talking about a few people throughout this, and I will link everything that I have found useful in this video in the description box. So if you're curious about, you know, following certain people or learning more, just go ahead and check the description box, and I'll have some stuff linked in there. So yeah, you might want to consider getting yourself a dream dictionary, because if you're going to be doing a lot of dream recall, like remembering your dreams, you know, it's really good to know these symbolisms, because I do feel like through this dream work, you can actually grow yourself, you know, just the psychology of it, of, you know, working on your shadow self, working on the dark parts of you that maybe scare you. This is a great way to combat maybe some really deep-seated fears. Confronting them in lucid dreaming is an amazing way to grow and to get better in different aspects of your life. So there's absolutely some really wonderful ways that you can enhance your dream state. And some of those are herbal, some of those can be just, you know, oils, aromatherapy, crystals. And so let's start with the herbs, because I feel like herbs are very popular with enhancing your dream work. I would say that mugwort is probably the most popular of the herbs, and mugwort is a very interesting herb. It supposedly has a very high lysergic acid amide content, and that can sometimes have negative side effects as well. It may even cause nightmares, so just be careful with the amount that you're taking. Of course, whenever you're taking herbal supplements or even tea or whatever, you really need to make sure that you okay that with your doctor. You want to make sure that there's no interactions with any medication that you're taking, because just because it's natural doesn't mean that there's not going to be side effects, that there's not going to be negatives, and that it could interact with your current medication. So please check with your doctor before you take anything, even tea, you know, because there can be negatives to that. So mugwort is really an interesting herb, and I actually have a person I'm going to link. He does a lot of lucid dreaming stuff. He's called the Lucid Mage, I believe, and he, Jeff Randall is his name, and he has an Etsy shop, and he actually like harvests mugwort that he grows. Like, it's really, really cool. So, you know, if you're going to buy stuff, I would say buy from a reputable source, and I will go ahead and link him down below, because I do feel like if you are going to get mugwort, that is absolutely the place to get it. So mugwort, you can use this as an incense. I've seen it in so many different dream blends that I personally have used. You can obviously ingest it. I believe you can make tea with it, but you want to be careful again with mugwort, because like, I don't think you can use it if you're pregnant and things like that. So just be careful with it. But you can absolutely use the herbs in an incense, or as an incense, or an incense blend. I personally have bought so many. Whenever I see like a Dreamwork incense blend, I like have to buy it. It's just a thing. Anyway, you can also create your own little like dream pillow, which is kind of fun. So you can stuff a little pillow that you create with a bunch of different herbs like lavender and mugwort, and then you can just like rest it on your chest or on the side, and when you are sleeping, you're like breathing in that smell, and it just helps with like the aromatherapy of it. It can, you know, just sort of induce relaxation, peace, help you with your meditation, your focus. Yeah, so that's a cool way that you can, that's a cool way that you can incorporate herbs into your dream work. Again, the little pillow, the little dream pillow is a great idea, or sachet. It's just a nice way to do that without ingesting things. You can also, like I said, use it as an incense. You know, they have those little like coal circles that you can put in a fire safe container, and then you can dump loose incense on top, or they even have actual incense. The thing with some of these herbs is that they can change your sleep cycle, so just be careful with some of the herbs. If you notice that you're having a negative experience with these herbs, obviously discontinue. So one of the other herbs that's very, very popular, and this is valerian root, and how I personally took valerian root was in this particular capsule here. This is by Onnit, and I remember years and years ago, I mean, me and my husband, we both took this for years, and just absolutely loved it for our dream work. And this has all sorts of stuff in it. The Onnit Tranquility Blend here, and it's got valerian root, chamomile, lemon balm, jujube seed extract. It also has tryptophan and all sorts of things like that. So this was a great way for me to, you know, get all those relaxing herbs and create a very, you know, it really did help with stress and calming. This is the daily stress formula from Onnit, and I will link that link down below. I highly recommend this. I as long as it's not going to interact with anything you're taking. But this was really great, and I used that for years. You can also take ginkgo. I know ginkgo is really good for memory recall. Lemongrass is great for boosting vividness. Peppermint tea is a great way. So peppermint is very widely available here. You can just get some peppermint tea at your local grocery store, and it really does help put you in a nice state of relaxation before bed. It also helps with tummy troubles, so, you know, something to consider. There's all different types of essential oils that help with lucid dreaming. I know, like, probably the most popular is Blue Lotus, which I was always under the impression that Blue Lotus had, like, hallucinogenic properties. Maybe I'm wrong with that, but the Blue Lotus oils that I personally have bought do not have those properties. I got one from a limited edition set from Doterra one year. This is the Blue Lotus Essential Oil, and they also, I've seen it on Amazon, not Doterra brand, but other essential oil brands have a Blue Lotus that you can get, and you're supposed to anoint your third eye, and it's supposed to help relax you. It does have a very interesting scent, a very pleasing, relaxing kind of floral scent. Jasmine oil is another oil. This is by doTERRA as well. I have a little bit left in here. This is a great oil for relaxation. Again, helps with nervousness, can just help. That aromatherapy can just sort of help pull you back, balance you out, make you more present in the moment, relaxing. Again, just helps with that dream work. Lavender is a great one. I put a drop of this on the bottoms of my feet every single night. It just helps me achieve that deep sleep very, very quickly. Serenity oil from doTERRA is my favorite sleep blend. In this one, there's lavender, cedarwood, hoewood, lang lang, Roman chamomile, vetiver, and some sandalwood in there. And it's just a great sleep blend. It really helps me relax. It's part of my nighttime routine. When I'm not burning incense, I would definitely use the Serenity oil. And then copaiba is another oil. This helps like calm the nervous system. I actually apply it to the back of my neck. This is a roller ball, which makes it convenient, and I use that to put on the back of my neck to help with my nervous system and to calm and relax. So those are the oils that I recommend if you are trying to have extras, right? I feel like, okay, you can do lucid dreaming without herbs, oils, all that, but it does help to have these tools. I also find crystals to be really, really great, and again, as a meditation tool. And for me, Lepidolite is just the #1 pick for sleep, dream work. Absolutely, Lepidolite is it for me. I think it is really relaxing. Whenever I'm stressed out, I like to have Lepidolite on me, and this is just a big sphere of it because that's how I like to relax. You can massage this on your shoulders. It's easy to hold. I also put this underneath my pillow when I sleep, and that can just be, again, another tool that you can use for lucid dreaming. So while you're doing your reality checks and you're keeping your sleep journal and you're doing your aromatherapy, you're doing your yoga and meditation, right? Because you're trying to balance out your chakras, get your energy in a very good place. You want to find more information out about lucid dreaming, and so there is a bunch of different people over the years that I have followed. There's a book by Erica Depp, and she has a really great book on lucid dreaming. Again, the Lucid Mage, he has one-on-one coaching, which is, I think, is amazing that, you know, you can go on the internet these days and get coached on how to lucid dream. I think that's fabulous, and the community that you can find on the internet these days is just phenomenal for learning how to do these techniques. And so Jeff Randall, the Lucid Mage, check out his website. He has a lot of helpful content, even on YouTube. He's got great content, sleep things. You know, you can find so many sleep tracks. A lot of people find that when they're sleeping and lucid dreaming, they like to have music on, sound waves that are, you know, particular in helping achieve relaxation and all that. So check that out. That's very helpful. You can even just, you know, YouTube it. There's a lot of free content on the internet these days. Another one you might be really interested in, and he, you know, I discovered him a while back, and I was fascinated with his subject matter. He makes a lot of videos, at least from what I saw, and he had like all this information about dreaming and confronting the shadow self, and again, the psychology behind you know, your dreams and nightmares. And actually, I think I found him because I was experiencing so much sleep paralysis, which I'm going to do a separate video on sleep paralysis, you guys, because I find it to be a very fascinating subject, and it's something that I've struggled with for a very, very, very long time. Sleep paralysis, if you don't know what that is, that's like when you like know you're dreaming, but you can't wake yourself up. You usually have like an out-of-body type experience where you can like see yourself sleeping, you can see the room or details of the room, and then you can see sometimes like paranormal type things, like creatures, scary things. Sometimes something heavy will set on your chest, you feel like you can't breathe, you panic. It's a very scary experience, and I'm going to do a separate video on that and what I found to really help me with that. But I think that's how I found Charlie, was him talking about sleep paralysis and how you can confront this, you know, these underlying traumas, and you know, confront your fears in these dreams, especially when you're lucid dreaming and conjuring up things, and you know, finding ways to cope and resolve. You know, I think he had made a video where he was like, hug that, you know, maybe you've got something scary in your nightmare. If you make the conscious decision to hug it, you'll get rid of it. Like if you're showing it love, showing those dark parts of yourself that are sort of coming into your consciousness, then you can start to love different aspects of yourself that are maybe, you know, parts of yourself that you shame, parts that are, you know, are dark. And he was very, very fascinating, the things that he talked about with his sleep and dream work. And I think he was trained by like monks, Buddhist monks and stuff. I mean, I think his stuff is really amazing. He actually, I think he does like a lot of lectures and stuff. He's like a speaker. So check out his stuff. He's Charlie Morley, and he has written books. He's done all sorts of stuff, like I said, and I found his stuff to be very interesting and helpful. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. And I do find if you are, you know, starting to get into this lucid dreaming, you know, you start to kind of expand beyond that. You may start to think about astral projection. You may start to think about out-of-body experiences. Like all of these things are very much connected, in my opinion. And it's a very interesting doorway into all these different abilities that you can totally learn how to do. Now, astral projection, that is a very interesting topic and a very cool thing that I personally have experienced. And I don't do astral projection very often, and I have my reasons for that, but I'll do a video for you guys about astral projection and my own personal experiences. And if you do like sleep dreaming stuff and you like paranormal romance, please check out my book on Amazon. You can search for it. It's called Inked, and my name is Holly Haviland, so you can check that out on Amazon if you're interested. My book is on there, and it has very much a sleep theme with, there's an incubus, and it's just I think if you like that sort of stuff, you will enjoy my book, possibly. So anyway, make sure you do your reality checks, make sure you have your dream journal, and please, 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 if you do any of these techniques and you start to have success with it, let me know. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had a lucid dream. What helps you? Let me know. I love interacting with you guys, and I love learning more. So please leave a comment down below if you want to. And thank you guys so much for watching my video.